Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Get Stuff Done webinar. I am Deborah Darris, your host, and we are going to get right into it because we are here to what? GSD, friends, get stuff done. So I am going to actually screen share my PowerPoint so that you can follow along and see what is going on and how you're going to be able to be even more productive, even more on task, even more energized, even more on task and in alignment with your goals, with your visions and your dreams. My whole reason for being on this planet, my soul's contract, is to be able to support, inspire, empower, and transform lives. How do I know this? Because there was a time in my life when my brother had passed away at age 19 years old that I questioned my whole reason for being. And my brother came to me in a dream and he told me, your purpose is to be of service, to help people to remember that they are here for a special purpose, that they are here for a divine reason, a soul's contract to allow their unique talents, skills, and abilities to be abundantly paid, to be of service, doing what they love. And that's what I'm here today in the next hour to help you to accomplish. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Darris. I am an inspirational speaker. I've actually been professionally speaking for now over 15 years. I can't believe it. I started in 2002 as a paid professional speaker. I'm also the co-author of a book, Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict: How to Achieve More with Less Effort. And this book is going to really, really anchor a lot of what we're talking about. There are 7 principles to be able to be on fire with your goals and your visions and your dreams. I highly recommend that. You can get it on my website, which is deborahdarris.com. I have a master's degree in education, and in my undergraduate, I studied for a marketing degree. I ended up getting a degree in counseling, but I did 3 years of marketing, so that's kind of in my blood. So that's why I love teaching marketing. I'm also a certified counselor, and that's through the Rehabilitation Association. I have a master's in neurolinguistic programming. I am a licensed spiritual counselor, master results coach, and what I do for a living, besides speaking, is I am a business consultant. So I help small business owners to increase their revenue and profitability through online marketing. So much fun, my friends, combining all my skills and talents together to be able to make a real difference. So let's get started. Let's get right into it. What we are going to do in the next hour in this Get Stuff Done is, number one, simplify our lives. And it starts with simplification because we are never too busy to make a living to not enjoy our life. When people say to me, oh, I can't see you because I'm working, I understand that. We all have things that we need to do. But what's really important to understand is that when we are in a job, which you could call it just over broke, oftentimes we are dictated the hours of the day by our schedule, right? Those of you that are self-employed, oftentimes you create a job within your business where you become a slave to it, that you can't even go on vacation or take a day off because you won't be making money. I am here to share with you in this Get Stuff Done webinar how you can be able to be on vacation and make money, how you can be sleeping and make money, how you can enjoy your life with your loved ones and still be making money, my friends. This is my promise to you. But it starts with simplifying our life. We are living in such a high tech and oftentimes low touch world. And in this high tech, low touch world, it's easy to get caught up with emails and with voicemails and phone calls and so much going on. But if we do not take control of our life and take control of our schedule, we're going to be constantly bombarded with other people's priorities rather than our own. So it's so important that we take back our life by simplifying it. First step. So here's how we're going to do it. Number one, I recommend that we all have a to-do list. I have the most amazing planner. It's called the Passion Planner. And in the planner, there's personal to-do list and professional to-do list, which I think is really important. There's really no such thing as work-life balance, but there is a alignment with our goals and visions and dreams. And so when you know your goals and you know your visions and you know your priorities, you are going to be focused on achieving them. So what I do on a daily basis is I create a 3-item. Look at that. 3-item. And yes, I have a long laundry list of things I need to get done, and I'll talk about that later. But every day I focus on the income producing activities. What do I focus on? IPAs, friend, income producing activities. And these income producing activities are those activities Oh, I thought maybe we weren't on for a second. I got nervous. Okay, you guys are still with me. Okay, to focus on the income producing activities that are going to allow you to be able to make money, friends, that are going to allow you to be able to get your stuff done, whatever that is. And for some of you, that stuff will be sales. For others of you, it will look different. But it's so important that we absolutely get clear on what those 3 things are every day. Not the emails and the voicemails that are the minutia that get in the way of getting our big stuff done. It's actually focusing on what is that phone call that's going to get us that contract? What is that scary thing that we need to do in order to get that big client? What is that, thing that if we just get finished, whether it's our website or our press kit or our video, that's going to get us to that next level. And focus our energy and attention on that. When we focus our attention and energy on that, guess what? Every single day, that energy, that focus, it adds up to being closer and closer to achieving our goals and visions. But we cannot, my grandmother used to say, we cannot live our lifetime in a day. I used to always try to live my lifetime in a day. Maybe because my brother died so soon at 16. I wanted to do everything all in one day. But I realized I can't. I can't do everything productively. But guess what? You can do, and I can do 3 things very well each and every day. 3 things that are going to allow you to move your goals and your visions forward. But in order for this to happen, we need to realize, guess what? There are some things that we need to let go of. There are some items on our list that we need to release. And these are what I call the let go list. And this let go list is all about you releasing and letting go of whatever does not serve you. It could be fear. It could be worry. It could be doubt. It could be self-condemnation. It could be second guessing yourself. It could be playing small. It could be judgment. It could be gossip. It could be complaining. It could be people pleasing. On and on and on, right? But if every day, you will be so surprised. The brain works very similar to a Google search engine. Whatever you type in it is what you get out of it. So if you type, let go of procrastination, you're going to be on fire to do something because you have released that. You have deleted that. If on your to-do list, it says, focus on income and revenue, you're going to find that's what you see. It's whatever we focus on expands. It's simple quantum physics, my friend. And when we are in control of our day, in control of our time, in control of our mind, we will find ourselves getting stuff done. You're with me? Excellent. Okay, so that's the simplification, letting go of these long to-do lists and incorporating a let go list. The next thing that I recommend that's so very, very important is for us to go to a place of really getting clear on what is our priorities, okay? So we need to get clear on what are our priorities. So our priorities are the things that are going to get us to the next level in our career, the things that are going to enable us to stop playing small and start allowing that vision, that dream that we know is our destiny to be able to be received. But if we are in a place of second guessing ourselves, we are not going to go for the priorities. So we have to absolutely own them. We have to own them and know that when we own them, that they are going to come to fruition simply by our belief in our priorities. Hold on one second. This thing is not, oh no. Okay, hold on, friends. I'm going to get this to come back to the PowerPoint. It just stopped for a second. Okay, here it is, priorities. Prioritization. So prioritization allows us, in order to say yes to our priorities, we have to be willing to say no to something else. Does that make sense? In order to say yes to our priorities, we have to be willing to say no to something else. And I know this is difficult, my friends, because we want to do it all. Trust me, I know it. I wrote the book on being an adrenaline addict. We want to do it all, but we can't. When we say no to what is not our priorities, we say yes to what is, okay? And that takes getting really, really crystal clear. When I do my vision board play shops every year, I usually say to everyone, pick an area of your life that you want to expand. Maybe it's career, maybe it's health, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's spiritual growth. Maybe it's self-care, and put that as your priority. I don't say focus on everything, because like I said before, whatever we focus on expands. And when we focus on too many things at once, guess what we do? We dilute the efficacy of everything that we're doing. So it's so important for all of you to be able to really get clear to, in this period and this time in your life, and just know priorities change. But right now, get really clear and get really honest with yourself. Maybe it's not the time to be in a relationship. Maybe it's the time that you want to just go full forward on your career. Or maybe it's not the time to be traveling with your career and you want to focus on starting a family. How can you create a lifestyle that allows you to be home? I remember as a speaker, for many years, I was traveling nonstop. I actually counted the other day. I actually visited 31 different states, 31. And I was like, wow, that's great. But guess what? I never really got to see any of them because I was speaking and on the go. I only got to see like a few of them, like maybe for a second. So in order for us to achieve our goals, we want to make sure that we are in priority. We are in alignment with our priorities. When we're out of alignment with our priorities, we will get thrown off, my friends. We will get thrown off. So it's so important for each and every one of you. And you may want to do this on a regular monthly basis, right? Where you decide, okay, this is my priority right now, and this is what I'm focused on, and anything else is not important. Oh, I wish I could hear you guys, whether you guys could see the slideshow. I'm having technical difficulties. I don't know if you could see the slideshow or not. Can you see the slideshow, the prioritization? Uh-oh. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I just don't know because I can't see you seeing me. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys are seeing the slideshow. If not, I will actually send it to you so that you have it. Okay. So the next slide is about getting clear on your desires and also saying no, even when it feels uncomfortable. I recently did a whole talk on how to say no, okay? How to say no even when it feels uncomfortable. If you want to see where that is, it's at deborahdarris.live, deborahdarris.live, on how to say no. But one of the things that I found to be so effective is single tasking my high priority tasks. So if I want to focus on my website, or if I want to focus on writing my book, I will only focus on that. I will get my handy dandy little phone and I will set it to 90 minutes. Why do you think I set it to 90 minutes? Bueller, anybody know? Because 90 minutes, according to the Power of Full Engagement, is the amount of time that we can stay engaged and on task with our goals. I actually think it's a lot shorter now. This book was written about 10 years ago. It's probably 30 minutes, but you set a timer and you focus, laser focus. I talk about this in my Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict book. In fact, we wrote the book using the principle. We were procrastinating and procrastinating until we started applying the tools that I'm sharing with you now to get stuff done, my friends. So laser focus. You're not going to check emails. You're not going to text your honey. You're just going to stay totally on task. And when you do that, by the momentum, by the energy that you're putting forth, you're going to be so surprised that you're going to be moving your task, your goal forward at lightning speed as compared to before. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is automation. So we started with simplification. We have 3 things on our to-do list, 3 things on our let go list, and really any way that you can simplify your life, do it. Then we talked about prioritization. What are your priorities? I recommend getting really honest with yourself. Take a walk in the mountains. Take a walk on the beach. Have a heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul conversation and ask yourself, where am I in my life? What do I desire? Not what can I have or what should I have, but what is my true heart's desire? Follow that and then align your life activities. They say you know what someone's priorities are when you see how they spend their time and their money. Ooh, friends. Interesting, right? Interesting. So that's priorities. Now we're on something I absolutely love. Guess what it's called? Automation, friends. How can we make things automated so that we are not constantly recreating the wheel? One of the things that I hated, I'm sorry, people, if you work for a government agency, I'm not even going to name it, but I worked for a government agency and they were so inefficient. They were wasting time, they were wasting money, they were wasting resources, and it drove me freaking crazy. I couldn't handle it. But you, as whether you're an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, are committed to be efficient. Yes? Okay, good. So one of the ways we can be efficient, and I see a lot of real estate agents do it, my travel agent, is you can automate your voicemail, right? One of the things, because your priority is your priority, and your priority is income producing activities, revenue generating activities, or if you're not about revenue and you're not about income producing, then you're about meeting your goals and objectives, serving your clientele, your participants, your constituents, whoever they are. Bottom line, it's about getting stuff done, friends, right? So one of the things you could do is not answer the phone when it rings. Here's the phone and it rings. Do you know, I have my phone off almost all the time. It's off. Even my text messages are on mute. Why? Because I am in control of when I answer the phone. The phone doesn't control me. Friends, that's really important, getting stuff done. Your phone doesn't control you. So you decide, okay, I'm going to check my voicemail in the morning. I'm going to check my voicemail at noon. I'm going to check my voicemail before I leave work. That could be your system. But if you're checking it all day, you're focused and non-focused. You're focused and non-focused. And you're not going to get stuff done. Remember, single tasking is powerful. We love to think that we could type an email and be on the phone at the same time and be productive. Truth is, we can't, friends. It's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. So if you can create a voicemail, and some people like my travel agent who have been calling lately because I'm taking a lot of trips. Why? Because I get stuff done and I can make money while I'm in Hawaii, Dominican Republic, and San Diego. Fantastic. So when I call my travel agent, she says, "Hi, you've reached the office of Vicki. I'm unavailable from this hour to this hour. I'll be back in my office. If you need something urgently, call this." So you could still serve your customers. For those of you that have a bigger organization, you could hire a answering service, which one of my clients who's a doctor does, and that has enabled her to increase her clientele, her patient base by doing that. If you're at that level, I totally recommend that. One of my favorite authors, Brian Tracy, author of Maximum Achievement, always talks about if you can have someone else do a task, it will allow you to do what you do best. Remember, our soul's contract is to use our unique talents, skills, and abilities, to be abundantly paid, to do what we love, to be of service, right? We cannot do that if we're answering phones, okay? Unless that's your divine talent, answering phones, and you got that great voice. Hello, friends, right? Whatever. If that's your talent, great, answer phone. If that's not your talent, friends, you got to delegate it. Okay. Also, emails. I'm telling you, I get to the office sometimes and I have 33,000 emails. 33,000. I'm going to talk about in another section how you can organize your emails in the systemization section. But one of the things I started doing that has saved me a lot of energy and guilt is I put an out of office, which is something simple. Yahoo, Google, I recommend Gmail has it because I'm a Googlera. You can let people know if you're going to be driving or out in the field, instead of being a slave that you have to check your phone every time you are stopping, you can just say, I'm out of the office at a conference today. I will be returning emails between this hour, or I'll be getting back to you by this day. Then you're free of that. One of the things that will enable us to get more stuff done, I'm getting passionate about this, is letting things out of our brain. We want to delete tasks and thoughts and to-do list items from our brain, put them into systems, put them into delegation to other people's hands so that we don't have to have everything on our brain. It stops our creativity. It stops our innovation. Do you think my friend Steve Jobs could have created the iPhone if he was answering emails or focused on voicemails? No. He was in the zone, friends. He was in the vortex. He was allowing himself to align with the divine and seeing what the next thing would be. You can't get that level of creativity, that super conscious mind, in a state of mundane tasks. You got to let that go. Okay. Another thing you can automate is creating your marketing strategy. I teach social media marketing strategy to small businesses. Number one thing that I tell small businesses is, which I've learned from taking millions of classes, the money is in the list, friends. What list? Facebook list? Google list? No, your email list. It's so important. Say you have an event. Say you're launching a product, a service. How are people going to know about it? Not everybody's on Facebook all the time, but people do check their emails. They may not check it right away because they're smart, but they'll check it eventually. So email marketing continues to be a viable way to get things to people, but you want to automate that. So one of the things that my coach taught me to do was to create autoresponders. So when you sign up for a webinar, then you get an autoresponder that says, remember, you signed up for a webinar. Then there's another autoresponder that says 1 hour before, let's go. I used to do that by hand. Then I used to have to think the whole time before the webinar, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that. Now it's all in a system. I wrote up the autoresponders once, it's in the queue, ready to go. It's so important to let go of things that are going to weigh our mind down and stop it from creativity and innovation. I also have a scheduler for my newsletter. So I use Aweber. There's also Constant Contact, MailChimp, a lot of other email marketing. I really like Aweber, even though it's difficult. I've now delegated it, so I don't care. It's really effective. And one of the reasons it's effective, it's because it lets me test. Does this subject line sound better than this subject line? It's called A/B testing. It's all about efficiency. What works? It's not just about doing things to do them. Activity is not productivity. Let me say that again. Activity is not productivity. So when you are just doing busy work, that doesn't mean that you're making money or achieving your goals and visions and dreams. It's not the same. So you want to be getting results, 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 results. And the way to get results is by course correcting. So you need to analyze, is this email campaign effective? And there are a lot of tools for that, but we have to take the time to do that. Another thing to automate, which I don't do, but I am considering doing, is automating scheduling of your social media. I don't do it for Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, because it's not effective with the algorithms, but Twitter, I could definitely schedule my Twitter using Hootsuite. So consider in your life and your business, what are things that you can automate that will automatically get done, whether it's email, whether it's voicemail, whether it's your marketing strategy. What is going to make your life easier? What is going to open up the space in your brain to delete some of the to-dos, to delete some of the tasks off your plate, so you have the memory, the resources, the gigabytes in your brain to be creative and innovative, to go and achieve the visions that are your unique talent, skills, and abilities, that is your sales contract, that will allow you to get your stuff done. Okay? Less is more. Okay, let's go on. Take a breath. Okay, so we did simplification, prioritization, automation, and now we're going to do delegation. Hey, friends, it rhymes. Do you like that? I did not come up with it. Guess what happened? I got still for a moment, did what I told you to do, and it downloaded. I had a divine download, and it came to me. My idea was something different, but I really like this idea. So I'm happy with it. Okay, let's talk about getting things off our plate. If we want to get stuff done, I realized this the hard way. We cannot do it all ourselves. Like I said, Brian Tracy, one of my Get Things Done mentor, Maximum Achievement, he's got 25 books out on productivity and peak performance. And he says that if you figure out how much you make per hour, and if you were to take how long a task takes you, especially if you're new to something, it's a learning curve. Say you're not great at social media and you're just starting to do social media. There's a learning curve. I know many of my small business owners, that is not their strength. Yet, if they take 3 hours to do it, it will take, say you charge, let's say $100 an hour. That's $300. What if you hired somebody for $15? 15 times 3 is $45, right, friends? Am I right? That is much cheaper. Do you want to spend $300 and your time and energy, or $45 or free? You could barter with someone, which I don't recommend, but you could. So, or you can have an intern, right? Which I haven't had success with, but I know other people who have. So the point is, we need to delegate it, because if we are doing everything, we are not going to be able to get the big stuff done. Remember, when we go back to our top 3 priorities, our top 3 priorities is not the busy work. And any of the busy work that can be delegated. I'll give you an example. I do a lot of events, like 12 a month. You're totally invited. If you're in LA, right now I'm staying in LA, but pretty soon, in 2017, I'm going back on the road. Why not? So DeborahDarris.com, click calendar. You can see my events. Most of them are free because I have got all of these grants and I'm able to provide free workshops, which is makes me so happy. I just love that. So I decided to delegate the scheduling of all these events on Meetup and Eventbrite and all these different places that I put the events to an assistant. Do you know that I have more clients than ever? I used to have maybe 6 clients per week. Now I have up to 26. I more than tripled my private client practice because I delegated. And it's scary sometimes. Why is it scary? Because have you ever heard the saying, if you want something done right, do it yourself? I know you feel that way because I felt that way. I'm like, you know what? They're not going to do it the way I would do it. And that's okay. Because part of our role as a get stuff done practitioner is learning leadership skills. And leadership skills involves coaching a team. And when we coach a team, at first, they're not going to do things the way we want them to do. But that's where we come in, we guide, we coach, we counsel, we give feedback so that they can improve. But if we hold on to everything, we are taking money out of our pocket. Again, do you want to pay $45 to somebody to do it or $300 of your money and your time? Because when you think how much your time is worth, and your time is probably worth more than $100 an hour. But if you think how much you bill per hour and you're doing it, it's a bargain to hire someone. And you don't have to hire someone full-time or even part-time. I started off hiring somebody 5 hours a week, and it is fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic, actually, I have to say. So I totally recommend that you do it. But it's not just a one-step process. When you think of delegation, first, it's you're doing it, and you realize you shouldn't do it. Then you get your person, you show them how to do it, and they don't have to be with you in an office, my friends. We're in a technological world where you can Skype them in, Google Hangout them in. They can observe you over a webinar just like this. Cool, right? Then collaboration, you do it together with the person. Then they do it, you give them feedback, and then eventually you can trust that they will do it. In fact, my assistant actually is beginning to think like me, and does things like I would do it. And she's even better at many things, including graphic design and detail orientation. So I'm very happy with that. So if you can delegate, my friends, you are going to free yourself up to get stuff done. How are you feeling about that? Good? Good or good? 5-5. How are we doing on time? We're doing good? Excellent. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, so I want to give you a rule of thumb. You ready for this rule of thumb? Okay, so when we're talking about how to get stuff done, we can either do it now, we could do it later, where sometimes I'll put something on my calendar, go to the bank. Okay, I can't go to the bank now. I'll change it to doing it later, right? Or we could delegate it. And if we do not do the top 3 things, guess what we have to do? Guess what we have to do? I know you're not going to like this, but guess what you're going to have to do? Delete it. You're going to have to dump it. You're going to have to take it off your to-do list. And I know you don't like to hear that, but I was working on writing my new book. And I was working on writing my new book when I was having a big growing curve of my business going triple, quadruple growth. I went from having no help to now I have a team of 3 people. I think 4 people, actually, 3.5. And so I had to put my book, I didn't dump it, but I had to take it off my to-do list temporarily until, so it's actually the do it later. But there are some things that you may just have to dump, that when you, every single time that you go to start that project, it's just not getting done. It may not be in alignment with your priorities right now. It may not be something that you want bad enough. It may not be a priority for you. So instead of wasting time and energy in always looking at it on your calendar, because I have my to-dos, my priorities as appointments on my calendar. So they say if you want something done, schedule it in your calendar, see it in your life. This is something that's so super important. Schedule in your calendar, see it in your life. You with me on that? Schedule in your calendar, see it in your life. And when you schedule in your calendar and see it in your life, you will find it gets done. If it's just a thought or an idea, guess what? That's a dream. That's not a goal. That's a dream. So in order, and I'm sorry to get strict with you, friends, but I really care about you. I know that you are here for a reason. I know that you have a soul's contract. And sometimes it takes tough talk, tough love. So if there are things that you're not getting done, it's time to let them go. Dump them in the trash so that you have your time, your energy, and your resources to get what you need to get done. Now let's talk about the next one. We did simplification, prioritization, delegation. Guess what comes next? Systemization. So I don't know how many of you are business owners, but if you're a business owner and an entrepreneur, and even if you're an entrepreneur working for a company as a visionary, you know that there takes a certain mindset of getting to the next level. Number one is really guiding your business. That means you have to believe in the product or the service that you're selling. You have to believe in it, right? You have to know that it's valuable, and you have to know that it's worthy, and you have to feel worthy of presenting it, whether it's online or offline, right? The second step is you are actually running the business, right? So you have to create systems, whether it's administrative, financial, customer relation systems, performance management systems. You are essentially the COO. And I know many of you entrepreneurs out there, you're everything. You're the CEO, the CFO, the COO, the CMO, CTO, you're it all. And I know that because I am. But I've delegated a lot of that out, but I was. And then the next step is actually getting the business, right? So you have to hustle, do that business development, and get the business. And some of you that are working for companies, same thing for you. You have to actually get the clients, or you have to do the outreach, whatever's required for you to meet your goals, to meet your objectives. And then you also have to do the business. You have to provide the service that you promised. That is a lot to do. So I want to give you some systemization tools that are going to help you organize your life. You with me? Good. So first thing is project management. I have to tell you, you may not know, but years ago, I did a Global Latino Summit. I hosted it, I produced it, I spent a lot of money on it, and I benefited from it because I interviewed 21 of the top Latino leaders in the nation. And I asked them all of the questions that I wanted to know about how they were so successful, not just in their for-profit, but for the nonprofits and their businesses and their families. They were just on fire and are on fire. And one of the things that they told me, how they were able to juggle so many balls, how they were able to manage so many projects. You want to hear? Ready? They used a project management system. You know what it's called? Basecamp. Basecamp. Like Bandcamp, but Basecamp, right? So my graphic designer calls it Bandcamp. But what it does is it saves you. So I, for example, am working on a website, right? So on my website, I have my administrative assistant, my webmaster, my graphic designer, and my copywriter all on the project, and me, 5 of us. So I am able to set a to-do list with a task, a due date, and assign it to people. So it may be assigned to the webmaster, it may be assigned to the graphic designer, it may be assigned to me, right? But that enables me to get stuff done because it's no longer in my head. Oftentimes we don't start projects, friends, because we're overwhelmed. It's too much, demasiado in Spanish, right? But Basecamp allows us to organize it. It allows us to make it happen. So I highly recommend Basecamp. It's about $20 a month, but it gives you about 6 projects. And I create projects both personally and professionally. And since I started using Basecamp, my productivity has gone up and my stress has gone down. And that's good. That's good because I could better be of service to you when my productivity is up and my stress is down. I can create more programs. I could create more products that are going to help you transform your life when I am productive. Fantastic, right? Okay, here's another one. How many of you hate, or it's your pet peeve, going back and forth with people, emailing about making an appointment, whether it's a lunch appointment, a coffee appointment, scheduling a session with you? That takes time, energy, and effort that you don't want to waste, and you shouldn't waste. It's one of those things that can be automated and systemized. So I use and recommend to my clients a schedule management system called Acuity Scheduling. By the way, everyone that signed up for this webinar is going to get the free resource list. If for some reason you didn't sign up for this webinar and you are watching it, just go to deborahdarris.com/manifest and sign up for my free ebook on 6 steps for manifesting faster and easier, and you will get the information. So Acuity Scheduling, it allows you to schedule different types of appointments, a coffee meeting, a client session, an hour session. But what I love about it is it integrates payment. So people can pay you right there. It integrates with your Google Calendar, so you can know exactly that somebody's scheduled right on your calendar. You don't miss an appointment. They will have already paid for this session if it's a paid session, and it will send them and you an email. And if you upgrade, I think it's $19.99 a month as of now, could change. They send a text message to your client. So you don't have to be bogged down with doing calls and confirming or even hiring somebody to do that. That's something that's automated. You can't get an assistant for cheaper than $19.99 a month, right? Very great. So that's something I love. Let's talk about time management. So project management, Basecamp, schedule management, Acuity Scheduling. For those of you that can't see the PowerPoint, it's spelled ACUITY scheduling.com. Let's talk about time management. One of the things that helps me so much, and I have a whole chapter in my book about this, is with time management, is the practice of the power of now. Eckhart Tolle wrote an amazing book on the power of now. And the bottom line is, in order for us to be effective, we need to be present. So many of us are so fast in our thinking, and trust me, I'm a fast thinking, that's why I'm a fast talker. But when I am single tasking and when I'm in get stuff done mode, GSD mode, right? I am not thinking about what happened in the past. I can't even remember what I did this morning, right? I'm not thinking about what's happening after this. My full energy and my full attention is tuned in to you, my friend. I am present with you. I am present. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you feel me? Even more important, right? That's what I'm talking about. And that takes being present in the now. How do you be present in the now? Drink more coffee? No, friends. That was a joke. How you are present in the now is your breath. When you breathe, and I have learned to breathe through doing hot yoga and doing fast samba, the breath is powerful. If I did not have the ability to be mindful with my breath, I wouldn't be here. But it's breathing with intention. So breathe in and now let go. So on every exhale, I am letting go of what doesn't serve. Breathe in and let go. One more time, just for fun. Breathe in and let go. Yes. And this allows us to be anchored in the moment. And I recommend doing it for 6 breaths. We did 3 for the sake of time, but I recommend 6. When you do 6, it actually puts you into a meditative state, which allows you to tap not only into your conscious mind, but into the super conscious mind that is connected with the infinite. That's how genius ideas come to Mozart and Steve Jobs and Prince and all of these people that are geniuses. They were tapped into the super conscious mind, the infinite, all-knowing. And you have that capacity, but you need to be anchored in the now. Okay, let's get back. Oh, I'm so relaxed now. Great. Let's talk about our marketing funnel management. One of the ways that you signed up for this webinar was through Leadpages. I don't know if you know that. I use Leadpages. Some people use ClickFunnels or Entreport. But one thing that every entrepreneur and intrapreneur who wants to make side streams of passive income, which if you're working a job and you are not doing a side gig, side hustle, you are missing out on money because there are a lot of very simple, easy businesses that you could do if you set up a marketing funnel that will allow you to make money and have that vacation money or have that extra money to fix up your home that you're going to thank me for later. But it starts with marketing funnel management. So Lead Pages allowed you to enroll in this webinar. It allows you to download my free ebook. What is my webinar and what is my ebook? It's called a lead generator. What is it leading you to? My email list. What is my email list leading you to? Other products and services that are going to help you enhance your life, to be on purpose, to allow your talent, skills, and abilities to be abundantly paid to do what you love. That's my mission. You have your own mission. But unless you're getting people on your email list, how are they going to know what you're up to? How are they going to know what you're inviting them to? Whether you own a dance studio or you own a architect's interior design studio, whatever it is you're up to, they need to know about it. But you need to realize that you can't just meet people once, shake their hand, and they're going to buy from you. You need to develop a relationship. And email is one way of developing a relationship. They need to like, trust, and respect you. It usually takes 7 touches to make a sale. But now with the internet, it's like 12 touches. But the more you can touch someone through email, Facebook, webinar, ebook, the more they trust you and will come to you for advice. Make sense? Okay. Here's another system that I don't use yet, but I'm going to be considering using for email management. It's called Capterra. Capterra. It's kind of like the Tinder of email management, where it allows you to swipe left, swipe right to go through your email really fast while you're watching the Olympics on TV or whatever's going on, right? So that's an option for you. Client management, let's talk about that. There's, of course, Salesforce out there, which is kind of complex, I think. Maybe not, and costs quite a bit of money for some of you smaller entrepreneurs. But there's another system that's much cheaper called Zoho, Z-O-H-O. I think they even have a free version that allows you to manage clients. Why do you want to manage clients? Because relationships are what create your raving fans. We don't want to have just a transaction where somebody buys from us once. We want to have a relationship. We want to have a customer base that turns into raving fans. We want to have the new version of our iPhone come out, and before people even know what the heck it is, they're lining up to buy it. Why? Because they're part of our tribe. So part of what client management does is it allows us to create our tribe, to vibe with our tribe. Does that make sense? Okay, here's the most important one, but I put it last because you save the best for last, as Whitney Houston said. Did she say that? Yes. Stress management. That's why I samba and yoga and anything with an salsa as well, for stress release. I don't work out, friends. I play out. But you could do whatever you want. You could work out if that helps you, whatever it is. But it's something that we can't do in our spare time. We either invest in our wellness or we pay for our sickness. Friends, what do? Invest in our wellness or pay for our sickness. The number one reason that people are not productive in the workforce is because they're going out on stress or medical leave, disability. We can prevent that. We can prevent so many diseases if we just reduce our own stress. So exercise is one, meditation is another. I don't have really the patience to sit still and just close my eyes, but what I do is I chant. And chanting helps me quiet my mind and relax my body and commune with my soul. And I invite you, if you don't know how to meditate, I have meditations on my YouTube channel for you. It's DeborahDarrasLive.com. DeborahDarrasLive.com. Okay, you guys still with me? Good, excellent. You guys are doing great. Okay, so is that everything? Oh my God, it's 12:54. I'm so good. I get stuff done. High five to myself. Okay, so step one was what? Are you with me? Simplification. We are to simplify our life because less is what? More. Less is more. Say it out loud so it gets in your mind. We are going to have not just a to-do list of a million things. We are going to have 3 things. How many things? 1, 2, 3. 3 things on our to-do list. And those are our what? Our income producing activities. That's right, friends. revenue generating activities, or for those of you that are not revenue generating, nonprofit, whatever our objectives are to meet our goals and visions. Next, we are creating a let go list. We're going to let go of things that don't longer serve. I know you want to let go of your boss, you probably can't, even if it's yourself, but let go of things you can control. Negativity, negative self-talk, overpromising, under-delivering, complaining, gossiping, people-pleasing. Put those on your let go list every day. Write down. And if you don't want to write 3 things because you're simplifying, 1 thing. So every day you can write 1 thing you're letting go of. Next thing, we came to a realization that not everything is our priority. And that when we say no to what is not our priority, we say yes to what is, my friends. That's prioritization. What are our priorities? We need to be clear about what they are. And it's really important in interpersonal relationships. When I was dating or am dating, I appreciate when a guy says, you know what? Relationship isn't my priority right now. I'm focused on work. I say, thank you for that. I thank you for not wasting my time. I appreciate that. So we need to be honest with ourselves. What are our priorities right now? And what do we need to say no to so that we can be available? The next thing we talked about, single tasking, my friends. Set a timer. I'm working on that website. Focus on that next product or service that's going to make you money, honey, and you will see it getting done. Next thing, we talked about automation. Out of office emails, out of office voicemails, autoresponders, anything that can be done automatically that will save you time, energy, and your most precious asset, your resources. Your brain is like a memory bank. And the more we can free up reserves, the more you can be creative and innovative. And that's where you're going to get stuff done. That's where you're going to go to the next level of adding more zeros in your bank account. Next thing we talked about was delegation, the 5 stages of delegation. Realization, observation, collaboration, evaluation, and then delegation, letting it go. But we have to realize that if we charge $100 an hour, that's $300 for 3 hours. If we pay someone minimum wage, $15 for that same 3 hours, $45. Do you want to lose money by thinking that you are the only one that can do the job? No. Do not leave money on the table, friends. I would not do it. So what we have to realize is that we do it now, we do it later, we delegate it, or we have to come to terms that we need to dump it. Fuera pa la calle. Hasta la próxima. Then we talked about systemization. I gave you so many tools and services. You're like, what is it? Project management, Basecamp, schedule management, Acuity, time management, Now, marketing management, lead pages, email management, Capterra, client management, Zoho, stress management, exercise, meditation. I forgot to say also eating healthy. How can you eat healthy? Eat things that are not in boxes or packages. Eat things from the earth with lots of color, simple, not a diet, but a live it, my friends. I am so good sometimes. Gosh, pat yourself on the back, Deborah. Why do I love myself? Because I am the messenger for the message, and this is coming through me for you. That's why. So I want to give you a bonus gift. Those of you who stayed to the end, I'm so proud of you. You're the best. You will get not only this webinar and all the resources, but my new ebook, 6 Steps to Manifest Your Goals Faster and Easier. Where do you get it? deborahdarris.com/manifest. Hope you're taking notes. I would hate to be on this webinar without taking notes. deborahdarris.com/manifest. Also, if you want to get the lead pages for all the different web pages, I can give you an affiliate code. Just email me, deb@deborahdarris.com. Guess what? You're going to get an autoresponder with the information because I am automized. Automation, friends. Next, if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want a coach to help you get things done, every athlete, peak performance athlete, we see the Olympics, they have a coach. I'm here to be your business coach, your life coach, your spiritual counselor, your social media marketing coach, your everything, friends. How can you work with me? You can go to deborahdarris.com/work with me. deborahdarris.com/work with me. Or if you're a caller, you want to call on the phone, call me, 310-945-4694. 5651. So it has been my great pleasure to serve you today on this Lunch and Learn, Get Stuff Done. If you think that this webinar was valuable, share it with a friend. Sharing is what? Caring. You could stay connected with me on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. Facebook, Deborah Darris. .live is my fan page. You could see all of my live streaming videos. I should have live streamed this. Oh my God, next time. Instagram is Deborah Darris. Snapchat is Deborah.Darris. And again, one more time, for the free ebook, DeborahDarris.com/manifest. Now, I hope you got value out of this workshop. I will say you got your money's worth. and I do believe time is money. So I really appreciate your time. I know you have many choices of webinars to watch, and I want to thank you for choosing to spend your lunch hour with Deb or whenever you're watching this. And I want to remind you that with the power of synergy, anything is possible. Bye for now. Get stuff done, friends. Okay. See you on the next one. Bye. So long.